Hey, what's up, boxing fans? This is the Rope-A-Dope Report. I'm your host, Chris Carlson. Make sure you go to countrymensfist.com. That's the new Rope-A-Dope radio t-shirts. It's powered by countrymensfist.com. Thanks a lot, man. These are really great t-shirts, and that's our new logo as well, so we really appreciate him. Make sure you go to Countryman's Fist. Check out all his t-shirts. If you go under sponsors, that's where you'll find the Rope-A-Dope radio t-shirt. You just put in a coupon code Rope-A-Dope Radio and you get 15% off the t-shirt, so make sure you go check that out. Let's get into this video though, okay? This is a prediction video for the Juan Manuel Lopez versus Rafael Marquez. This is going to be a good fight, especially early on. Obviously, we all know Marquez, great jab, great counter punching, has a lot of power, can take a shot and get up. As far as the power goes at 126 in general, we're going to find out how much power and how many punches he can take at this weight class. He hasn't really proven himself at featherweight just yet. And then Lopez, a guy that's a volume puncher, a big puncher, likes to go to the body, just likes to scrap, really. 29-0, 26 KOs. He's still only like 26 or 27. I know he's still young, just getting right into the heart of his prime. He's faced some vets like Penelosa and Luevano. I believe Roger Matagwe. He had problems in that fight. A lot of problems. Not early, but mid and late, he had a ton of problems against Matagwe. I thought he looked better against Luevano, although early in that fight, I did still see some weakness. He was very, the jab, he was able to get hit by a jab by Luevano very, consistently early in that fight. Then he took him out. And then in his last fight, he looked really good until he started to go too much for the knockout, and Concepcion, Berta B. Concepcion, did catch him with a nice punch right at the end of the first round, but he finished him in the second. It was an early finish in my opinion. I really didn't see Concepcion getting taken out that early. I thought he would give more of a fight. So this is safe. It's safe to say that this is the most experienced and best overall fighter that Lopez has faced in Marquez. Some keys to the fight. Obviously, Marquez, what's he have left? What's he got at this for a chin? We know he has a chin, but for a chin and power, like I said, what does he have at featherweight going against a young fighter who's hungry? That'll be interesting to see. With Lopez, will he be the way over aggressive Lopez? Or will he be the controlled Lopez that comes beyond a jab, works the body, and just volume punches you until you get caught with a big shot or several big shots? That's a key to the fight, because if Juan Manuel Lopez can lead with that jab, get him on the ropes some, and just worry about volume punching and scoring points and going to that body, and like I said, lead with that jab to set up other stuff, then I think he'll do great in this fight. I really think he'll win convincingly. But if it's the Lopez that likes to brawl, and we all know about the Puerto Rican and Mexico rivalry, it's the best rivalry in the sport right now, hands down. So will he fall into that? Oh, I gotta represent for Puerto Rico versus Mexico. I gotta give the fans what they want to see. We know he's going to come to fight and come to brawl no matter what, but can he just, control himself that little bit? I think a fight, even though it happened a while ago now, the fight against Penelosa is very telling. Now, I think in 2 separate rounds, he actually, for that weight class, had record landing and throwing. I think he threw the most punches and landed the most. In a round, I believe it was, somewhere in the mid-rounds. Then 3 rounds later, he broke that record. So the guy has a high volume and an attack mode on offense. Sometimes he leaves his defense wide open. And that's what I wanted to talk about with that Penelosa, because Penelosa is a guy who has got a great chin, and he can counter and he can box a little bit to himself. So, not a little bit, he can. And even an old Penelosa was able to land 20% of his shots, and with all that volume coming at him. Now, he didn't win rounds, but he still was able to, land some punches. So it'll be interesting to see. I believe that early on, in the first 3 to 4 rounds, this is going to be a great fight. It's going to be a back and forth fight. Now, that may even last till the middle rounds. But I think in the no matter what, in the second half of this fight, I do see the young Lopez taking over the fight. Maybe just getting back to the basics and jabbing and volume punching his Marquez. Maybe after he learns his lesson that he can't just go in there and go crazy, because if he does go too aggressive, that's where the counter-punching Marquez and the great jab, catch him on the way in, and timing and overall skill that Marquez has, that's where he'll be at his best. So I see this an action-packed fight for the first 4 rounds, maybe even 6 rounds, but then I see Lopez going away with it. I see a decision and a possible late KO for Juan Manuel Lopez. Anyway, this has been the Rope-A-Dope Report. Make sure you check out Rope-A-Dope Radio and all the other links that I'm going to put below this video. Peace.